The team is doing fantastic this week after last weekend's results.
I think just having that feeling of winning and everyone cheering for me and stuff like that, it just kind of reminded me of why I compete in the first place.
All right, so we're kicking off a new week. It's a week of highs and a week of lows. We finally beat TSM, broke the curse. Yay. Way to go, guys. Whoever had to suffer through many, many years of people talking about this like it was some sort of thing and not just random occurrences of one-on-one matches. But now, at least people can't talk about it anymore. I don't feel like the hype of the TSM game really got to their heads.
We still think we're not the best team. We're definitely one of the better teams, but we have a lot to improve on.
But I think the experience of the TSM game, where the fans were cheering for them, made them inspired.
I do remember during the TSM game, there was like, I think every play that was successful for us, it was like the crowd just kind of, you could just hear it in the mics, and that's not something you normally hear. It's actually insane. Like I actually got my like adrenaline pumping and haven't felt that for a while. Usually when we win, it's just kind of like, all right, take your headset off, good guys. But this time it was like, everyone was just so excited, so it felt really good.
Anytime that you can palpably feel the fan base like chanting your name or your team, it motivates you to work harder, try harder, train harder, be more resilient, just to believe in yourself. And so that is the effect that's been carrying through, is the chanting into their spirit.
To the people that cheered for us on Sunday versus TSM, I just want to say thank you.
This was really good because we broke the record like 4 years, I guess. Many people saying me and Broken Blade is rival match or something like this, and I won against him, and it was really nice.
I'm like really happy. We performed really strong. I felt like everyone was on point. We had a really strong team performance. Everyone knew what the other ones want to do, and I felt like that's why we were just the better team at that day.
And this upcoming week, we play versus two really good teams in GGS and Team Liquid. So I think everyone just came into this week with same exact mindset as the other weeks, just, all right guys, we gotta continue getting better and we can't just stagnate just because we beat TSM.
It's at the point in the season where like we're starting to have conversations about postseason, and those guys had the conversation with Matt already, and it's a really tough reality to live in that like we are a team, and at the same time, last split, we were living through the opposite, right? We were having the postseason conversations in the season still, like on this end, while they were going to playoffs, and now it's like flipped around. It's really important to rally and make sure that our effort respects the team environment that we're in. So a lot of times, as professional athletes, you guys put in the effort that would never let yourself down. Most of the time, that like far exceeds the kind of effort that you would do for another person, because you're your own worst critic, best cheerleader. But in a team environment, I want to make sure that just like last season, these guys felt they really had to like push and try super hard to hold up their end of the deal in our team and make sure that they were putting in effort every single day. We've been what we consider a good team for a number of weeks, and we've been seeing that in the results of like our training, even though other teams and other fans like haven't been able really to see it yet until we were able to express it on stage. And so we're sticking with what we think got us here from the Korean boot camp onward. We don't need to change and mix things up now. Everybody has a part in this, whether your part is like to just try really hard so that you don't let them down, or to be a friend to talk to, whatever it is, feel obligated and feel free to do it because you guys are all teammates. Playoffs was like, an ambition at the beginning of this season, and now it's like you can kind of taste it, but nobody is allowing themselves to.
I feel like right now, playoffs is the first goal, and I'm going to try everything I can to make that possible and help the team go there. And then afterwards, I'm just going to take it step by step. I'm going to keep it in the head, like in the back head, I guess. But playoffs is my first goal.
We have high chance to make playoff and maybe Worlds, this year, because it's really big tournament. I never have been in Worlds, so I really want to make this time.
We're training as hard as possible to be the best team based on the model that Irene and I and the players have always believed is strong, which is the ability to play very, very strong champions and then snowball that lead. And if we have that sorted, then playoffs will take care of itself in a way. There are warning signs that tell you that you're going to be a bad best of team. We don't have any of those warning signs exhibited internally, and so we have to play our style and we have to play aggressive and yeah, just be CLG and be the better team on that day.
On how we play, I would definitely say top 3. But League was never like a sprint, it was always a marathon. So it always depends on how you end up in playoffs and how good the team is at playoffs. In my career, I went 3 times to finals and 2 times to the third place match. Most of these times, I actually came into the tournament or came into playoffs as 5th or 6th team, because it doesn't actually matter how you get in as long as you're in playoffs and you're better than everyone else. It doesn't matter if you're 1st, 2nd, 6th place. It just matters that you can beat every team, and I would say pretty exciting.
So basically, like, the main point is, like, most junglers go after a reset, they go to their Krugs or Raptors.
If we do that, like 5-man, and they just give a vision, like let's say like for some reason we f it up, I'm gonna have to have like someone like help me push them out of my like red buff area.
It's gonna depend on the champion. So if you're like a better level 1, then you should come with us.
I didn't have time to play solo queue today, so I'm playing in a room. Even like going into scrims every day, it's like you're always gonna have some random mistake that you're gonna have to work on for that day, in my eyes at least. And when I play a solo queue game or ARM or something, it gives me like a little bit of like a pre-warning to like maybe a mistake I'll do.
And if you use Q and corrupting pot, 3 times use the corrupting pot, you know? Every time poison do damage, it makes corrupting pot.
I had coffee this morning.
Grateful for the piano at the facility.
I'm grateful that I didn't get ditched this morning by Tristan and Brandon. Usually they just ditch me and leave. Tristan just leaves out the back way, and he didn't this time.
When you're done with makeup, I gotta get you. It involves Peter.
Gotta get you.
Alright, so super simple. Just looking for any words towards your dear beloved best friend Peter.
Okay.
Before going into the match. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay, ready? Do you want to know what he said first, or?
Sure.
Alright, he said, I can just play you the video. Don't tell him that I showed it to you.
Forward to the match with me, rematch, you know, old teammates, but I'm sorry for what I'm about to do to you.
What the hell?
Okay, I heard your message, Peter, but you've been winning a lot. You know, you gotta give some trophies to the rest of us. You gotta stop winning, dude.
No, I don't know. I just think maybe.
You're back and you're just in time here for game number 2. We got Liquid going up against Counter Logic Gaming. Let's waste no time.
Battle for first place. Who will take control of the LCS? Team Liquid or CLG? Let's get onto the rift.
I can move. Try to cancel space. No, yeah. Oh, where is it? Cancel. Okay. Look. I can go to Yes, let's try. You wanna go? At least first.
Zai is really low.
Well, jump back, Charlie TV. 7.
Yeah. We should hit 4 first.
Yep.
3?
Ah. Not bad. Then you wanna bait him? I'm in. Oh, no, it's fine.
See if CLG can grab Shelly for themselves. They do have both solo laners and jungler here ready to go. Still committing to Shelly. That eyeball rocking again as Xmithy goes forward with the combo. Has to flash out over the wall to keep himself alive. As Shelly is stolen by Impact. He runs up, he grabs the eye. He's about to stamp out that spider, and Wiggly's shut down.
Yeah, they can do it, maybe. Yeah, back.
I can get out in 1 second.
We're consulting. Don't stack.
Yo, check him back.
I'm fine.
They're chunk at least.
Might be dead.
I chunk him.
They're gonna burn. Here. It's already 4K, I think. I can TP in 3.
I can change his line.
Coming here.
We're controlling it.
Can you fight? Can you fight? I'm gonna TP.
No, I don't have anything.
Oh, there we go. I'm gonna TP.
Yeah, look. We can fight slow. Rakan's dead, by the way.
I'm gonna TP this. I'm gonna TP.
I can shift in.
Push mid.
Okay. I killed Rakan at least, but
Okay.
it's okay. I tried. Oh, call it to me. Oh, call it to me. Yeah, I'm gonna run to you.
Take the flash on me.
Yo, call you nothing.
Oh, we're running. You mean me over the wall?
He has nothing.
No, I can't. He will look to EQ over.
Yeah, we'll just burn time, guys. Akali's dead, but I'm dead.
I can look maybe here. Yeah, I think we need to try.
Yeah, look at Zaya. He has
no flash. Zaya, no flash.
You can go.
Just kill him. Best chance.
Yeah. Play with this.
Up the zero. Kill Jarvan.
Yeah. Dude, you guys can win.
Kill this guy.
Yeah, you guys have it. Help
Jarvan.
No, you guys can go. Okay, nice. He's gonna EQ over. Maybe a Sensen. You
go top. You got him.
Yeah, you got him. He can EQ soon. I can clear top in 8 seconds. He has EQ again.
Yeah,
2 seconds.
Oh,
nice.
Shut up. Oh my god.
I'm gonna go top. Nice job.
Oh, guys. We can still win.
Yo, Zaya has nothing. Just flash on this guy. Akali, you flash on me.
The Abyssal Boy just showing up into the top side. It's Impact who's in some trouble. Gonna be taken low, kept alive by the fair exchange. As the damage comes down, he's gonna be taken down, but now the counterattack is coming through. Wiggly's kept alive, but only for a moment. Biofrost's gonna be taken low next. 50 into the middle of the fight. Devil is trying to kite away from Ruin, who turns right back around as a double kill over to the Emperor Shurima. And Power of Evil makes sure it's an even fight, 2 for 2.
Thank you so much for that insight into the liquid mindset.
All right, guys. Same deal as every week. I know that this kind of routine can be suffering sometimes, and I think it's really valuable to do to make sure that we can all share without any commentary from our teammates. Team Liquid was a tough game to prep for. Basically, by about 10 to 15 minutes in the game, we were on defense. I personally was really excited to see how well we played defense. It's not every team that can force Team Liquid to get to the point where they're making mistakes and where there's almost comebacks. I'll take what I saw as really good progress.
15 minutes.
So I just said, have a nice day.
There's a difference between going to my top side. I meant top side camps.
Exactly, yeah. If Dragon's up, he can secure River Vision, and then he can go clear these camps as long as he doesn't show.
CLG! Welcome back to the LCS, where Counterlogic Gaming looks to take down the Golden Guardians.
Let's get on to the Rift.
Certainly so. CLG versus Golden Guardians, a very important game for both these sides. For CLG, they're trying to stay towards the top 2.
I can TP. I'm gonna TP. I'm good. Lee. I'm dead. Nice.
This time,
Yeah. I can back too. Right?
Nothing to wish from Contracts, maybe still cost him his life. The hook from Bio is true. And that Power Reaver gonna grab the kill. Now Froggen under attack is who he roams up to protect him.
Contracts was just hovering mid once again, and they're going for a duo invade with Froggen on the red buff. Biofrost is gonna find it out though. He catches him!
Nice play into the hook there. Box gonna go up. No, Biofrost just waiting it out. Contracts with a fancy flash over the wall. Wants to go back for the red. He's smited and is able to take it down. And then Huhi with the assist on the blast cone is gonna leave Froggen in a bit of a pickle. Pops his ulti, but 4 members of CLG surround him. Uninvited he was, and Froggen will fall eventually. Stixxay able to grab the last hit.
Yo, run back up behind. We're good. Back up. They're gonna fight.
We need to TP.
On me. I'm good. We're con.
Lissandra behind. I'm trying to stop her. She flash.
We're con.
Lissandra, no, flash.
Yeah, we can win.
Here, 8 drops.
It drops my turn too.
I killed Rakan.
I'm okay.
Slowly, guys.
Nice.
We got a 2 for 1 here. Watch 2 seconds.
Wait, as
I have nothing.
Yeah, we can go.
Kill Lee.
Nice.
Nice. No flash. Can you guys watch me?
Yeah, we can get tower here.
Let's watch me. Watch me. I have nothing.
I'm just gonna push. I'm gonna push.
Nice. Tristan, job, dude.
You're really good. Let's get we tower at base.
CLG are able to leave some wards through the Golden Guardians jungle, as well as take the objective for themselves without giving up any sort of territory on the map.
And we've talked so much about team play being critical here in the mid game.
Whoa!
As we speak of who he's going to dive in, Bifrost with a great box into double plays. Gonna leave Who he's stranded perhaps. Quickly going to find the dunk, but I think he's left for dead. Ruin able to kill Who he is. Froggen goes invulnerable into his own ulti as Ruin. Going to try and turn it back around. He finds the double, make it 3. As the Sandra falls as well. FBI sniped by Power Evil at the end of it all. As Haunter is trying to fight out of a 1v4, but his ult is down. He does get the kill, but that's an ace for CLG.
Oh no. Look. Yeah. Watch Vincent, watch Vincent. I think he's fine. I think he's fine. Oh, maybe not. We can still fight. We can fight. We can fight. Go. Yeah. I'm getting chunked by the thing.
Answer no flash.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
So, I can't fight here. We can't.
You hold me on. Guess it. Watch out for Baron. Just back up. They shouldn't be able to do it. I'm up in 10.
Yeah.
They're gonna try it. No
Aatrox flash.
Yeah. Coming. Yeah. If anything, we can look for the fight afterwards. Try to kill lead.
Try to kill lead. I'm just gonna rip. I literally can't hit.
Maybe you look for still.
I'm coming. We can fight after. Watch Sandra. Can we fight here? Can we fight? No. Back. We lose.
I'm line turn.
Yeah, try to run. Okay, we really trolled. It's okay.
Dixie is dead, and the Nexus will be exposed by the Golden Guardians, who battle back to take down CLG, diving into the fountain and taking down the Nexus.
Sad about early game, laning phase. I fell behind and I died in the gank.
Team fighting in general, I think, was pretty bad for me this game.
Maybe I could have called the fight off after I died. It's 4v5.
Fan support this split is a lot different than previous splits. Like even this weekend we went 0-2, but okay, TL we kind of just lost fair and square. It's just TL, they outplayed us. And then versus Golden Guardians is like, wow, we were just on them and then we kind of trolled. I think fans definitely realized that the team's not in a bad state, especially compared to like the previous splits where you could definitely see there's a lot of struggles in the team.
I know, we lost. They know too, yeah. So for me, these 2 losses are really important because they were very different losses. One of them was a loss on strategic principles, and another one was a loss on disrespecting an opponent and not having the mental focus to not make errors. Both of those things are treated differently in training. I feel like for the very first time since I came to CLG, we're getting into the pattern of training that I like, which is to have a training goal for the week, train it, see the results on stage, make new training goals, and progress from there. And it doesn't like fall apart in the middle. I saw the impact of our training in this week's matches, and I'm excited to see the impact of our training in next week's matches too.